123 from a total of 228 body language signs. This is the second part of the whole 228 body language signs. 106. Hand wringing. Wringing the hands together or rubbing them anxiously can indicate worry, apprehension, or nervousness. It may be a sign that the person is feeling anxious or stressed about a particular situation. 107. Leg cross with one foot tucked behind. Crossing one leg over the other with one foot tucked behind can indicate discomfort, tension, or defensiveness. It may be a protective gesture used to shield oneself or create a barrier. 108. Tongue protrusion. Protruding the tongue slightly between the lips can indicate concentration, focus, or intense concentration. It may be a subconscious gesture used to aid in cognitive processing or problem solving. 109. Eye squinting. Squinting the eyes slightly can indicate suspicion, skepticism, or uncertainty. It may be a subconscious attempt to focus more closely on something or to shield the eyes from bright light. 110. Hand drumming on table. Drumming the fingers or hand on a table or surface can indicate impatience, frustration, or anticipation. It may be a way for the person to release pent-up energy or express agitation. 111. Shoulder rolling with sighing. Rolling the shoulders while sighing audibly can indicate fatigue, resignation, or frustration. It may be a non-verbal expression of weariness or exasperation. 112. Leg cross with ankle lock and toe pointing. Crossing the legs with one ankle locked around the other and the toes pointing outward can indicate assertiveness, confidence, or dominance. It may be a power pose used to convey authority or control. 113. Hand fanning. Fanning the hand in front of the face can indicate discomfort, embarrassment, or dismissal. It may be a way for the person to deflect attention or shield themselves from something unpleasant. 114. Foot tapping with heel and toe bouncing. Tapping the foot on the ground with both the heel and toe bouncing can indicate high energy, excitement, or impatience. It may be a way for the person to release excess energy or express eagerness. 115. Hand twisting. Twisting the hands or fingers together can indicate nervousness, anxiety, or agitation. It may be a way for the person to alleviate tension or distract themselves in stressful situations. 116. Head tilting with chin tucking. Tilting the head to the side while tucking the chin slightly can indicate submission, humility, or vulnerability. It may be a nonverbal gesture used to convey deference or respect. 117. Foot stomping. Stomping the foot on the ground can indicate anger, frustration, or assertiveness. It may be a way for the person to express displeasure or demand attention. 118. Hand raking through hair. Raking the hand through the hair can indicate frustration, anxiety, or nervousness. It may be a subconscious attempt to soothe oneself or relieve tension. 119. Leg crossing with foot tapping. Crossing the legs while simultaneously tapping one foot on the ground can indicate impatience, restlessness, or agitation. It may be a way for the person to release pent-up energy or express discomfort. 120. Hand placing on heart. Placing the hand over the heart can indicate sincerity, empathy, or emotional connection. It may be a gesture used to convey heartfelt emotions or genuine concern. 121. Shoulder hunching with eye avoidance. Hunching the shoulders while avoiding eye contact can indicate shyness, insecurity, or discomfort. It may be a way for the person to protect themselves or signal social anxiety. 122. Hand flicking or waving. Flicking or waving the hand dismissively or flippantly can indicate indifference, disinterest, or disdain. It may be a nonverbal expression of disregard or lack of concern. 123. Foot dragging with heel scraping. Dragging the foot along the ground with the heel scraping can indicate fatigue, exhaustion, or reluctance. It may be a sign that the person is feeling physically or emotionally drained. 124. Hand wrapping around arm. Wrapping one hand around the opposite arm can indicate self-comfort, insecurity, or anxiety. It may be a subconscious attempt to soothe oneself or create a sense of protection. 125. Leg cross with foot pointing up. Crossing the legs with one foot pointing upward can indicate openness, confidence, or relaxation. It may be a gesture used to signal receptiveness or ease in the current situation. 126. Finger tapping on chin. Tapping the fingers on the chin can indicate thoughtfulness, contemplation, or deep concentration. It may be a sign that the person is considering options or evaluating information. 127. Shoulder shrugging with eye contact. Shrugging the shoulders while maintaining eye contact can indicate uncertainty, indifference, or nonchalance. It may be a way for the person to downplay a situation or express ambivalence. 128. Hand rubbing back of neck. Rubbing the back of the neck can indicate frustration, stress, or discomfort. It may be a subconscious attempt to alleviate tension or relieve physical discomfort. 129. Foot crossing with ankle lock. Crossing the legs at the ankles with one ankle locked behind the other can indicate reservation, caution, or defensiveness. It may be a protective gesture used to establish boundaries or create a barrier. 130. Hand pinching bridge of nose. Pinching the bridge of the nose with the thumb and index finger can indicate frustration, annoyance, or fatigue. It may be a nonverbal expression of impatience or exasperation. 131. Leg bouncing with finger tapping on thigh. Bouncing one leg while tapping the fingers on the opposite thigh can indicate nervousness, agitation, or impatience. It may be a way for the person to release excess energy or express discomfort. 132. Hand clasping behind back. Clasping the hands behind the back can indicate confidence, authority, or readiness. It may be a gesture used to assert control or project a sense of self-assurance. 133. Shoulder relaxation with deep breath. Relaxing the shoulders while taking a deep breath can indicate calmness, relaxation, or stress relief. It may be a conscious effort to center oneself and alleviate tension. 134. Hand placing on chest. Placing the hand on the chest can indicate sincerity, honesty, or emotional connection. It may be a gesture used to emphasize heartfelt sentiments or genuine intentions. 135. Foot shuffling with hands in pockets. Shuffling the feet while keeping your hands in your pockets can indicate nervousness, discomfort, or insecurity. It may be a way for the person to physically withdraw or shield themselves from external stimuli. 136. Hand clenching with jaw tightening. Clenching the hands into fists while tightening the jaw can indicate anger, frustration, or determination. It may be a sign that the person is experiencing strong emotions or preparing for action. 137. Leg stretching with arms raised. Stretching the legs out in front while raising the arms overhead can indicate relaxation, comfort, or enjoyment. It may be a gesture used to express contentment or satisfaction. 138. Hand waving with palms outward. Waving the hands with palms facing outward can indicate openness, honesty, or friendliness. It may be a gesture used to signal goodwill or invite interaction. 139. Hand-to-heart gesture. Placing a hand over the heart can indicate sincerity, empathy, or emotional connection. It's often used to express genuine feelings or sympathy towards others. 140. Knee patting or tapping. Patting or tapping the knee can indicate eagerness, anticipation, or excitement. It's a form of self-stimulation and may signify impatience or a desire for action. 141. Cheek blushing or flushing. Blushing or flushing of the cheeks can indicate embarrassment, shyness, or heightened emotion. It's an involuntary physiological response triggered by emotional arousal. 142. Arm folding with hand clasping. Folding the arms with hands clasped together can indicate defensiveness, reservation, or skepticism. It's a protective gesture used to create a physical barrier between oneself and others. 143. Leg stretching with toe pointing. Stretching out the legs with toes pointed can indicate relaxation, comfort, or confidence. It's a nonverbal display of ease and openness in a situation. 144. Lip biting or chewing. Biting or chewing the lips can indicate nervousness, anxiety, or stress. It's a self-soothing behavior that may also signify indecision or apprehension. 145. Finger pointing or wagging. Pointing or wagging the finger can indicate admonishment, scolding, or authority. It's a gesture used to assert dominance or emphasize a point. 146. Throat clearing or coughing. Clearing the throat or coughing can indicate discomfort, nervousness, or a need for attention. It's often used as a subtle way to interrupt or gain control of a conversation. 147. Hand on hip pose. Placing one or both hands on the hips can indicate confidence, assertiveness, or readiness. It's a power pose that signals authority and control. 148. Leg cross with ankle lock and foot bouncing. Crossing the legs with one ankle locked over the other and bouncing the foot can indicate impatience, restlessness, or nervous energy. It's a self-soothing behavior that may also signify discomfort or agitation. 149. Nose scratching or rubbing. Scratching or rubbing the nose can indicate discomfort, uncertainty, or deception. It's a subtle gesture that may betray hidden emotions or thoughts. 150. Shoulder shrug with eye roll. Shrugging the shoulders while rolling the eyes can indicate indifference, skepticism, or disbelief. It's a dismissive gesture that suggests a lack of interest or engagement. 151. Hand fidgeting with object manipulation. Fidgeting with objects such as pens, keys, or jewelry can indicate nervousness, boredom, or distraction. It's a self-soothing behavior that helps to relieve stress or anxiety. 152. Foot tapping with rhythmic movement. Tapping the foot in a rhythmic pattern can indicate impatience, agitation, or excitement. It's a subconscious way of releasing pent-up energy or expressing anticipation. 153. Hand clasping with finger intertwining. Clasping the hands together with fingers intertwined can indicate tension, anxiety, or apprehension. It's a self-comforting gesture that may signify nervousness or insecurity. 154. Nail biting or nail picking. Biting or picking at the nails can indicate nervousness, anxiety, or stress. It's a common self-soothing behavior that may also signify uncertainty or anticipation. 155. Foot scratching or rubbing. Scratching or rubbing the foot against the ground or ankle can indicate discomfort, nervousness, or irritation. It's a subconscious way of relieving tension or redirecting energy. 156. Eye rubbing or rubbing the temple. Rubbing the eyes or temples can indicate fatigue, frustration, or stress. It's a nonverbal gesture that may signify tiredness or a need for relief. 157. Head nodding or shaking. Nodding the head up and down can indicate agreement, affirmation, or understanding, while shaking the head from side to side can indicate disagreement, refusal, or denial. These are universal gestures used to express consent or dissent. 158. Shoulder shrugging with palms up. Shrugging the shoulders with palms facing up can indicate confusion, uncertainty, or helplessness. It's a nonverbal gesture that suggests a lack of knowledge or control over a situation. 159. Foot dragging or slow walking. Dragging the feet or walking slowly can indicate fatigue, reluctance, or hesitation. It's a physical manifestation of emotional or mental exhaustion. 160. Hand clenching with fist tightening. Clenching the hands into fists with tightening of the muscles can indicate anger, frustration, or aggression. It's a nonverbal expression of intense emotion or readiness for action. 161. Leg crossing with ankle lock and swaying. Crossing the legs with one ankle locked over the other and swaying the leg can indicate boredom, impatience, or restlessness. It's a subconscious way of releasing pent-up energy or seeking stimulation. 162. Hand gesturing with palms down. Gesturing with palms facing down can indicate assertiveness, authority, or control. It's a nonverbal signal of dominance or command. 163. Leg stretching or leg extension. Stretching out the legs or extending them forward can indicate relaxation, comfort, or confidence. It's a nonverbal display of ease and openness in a situation. 164. Hand to forehead gesture. Placing a hand on the forehead can indicate frustration, exasperation, or disbelief. It's a nonverbal expression of stress or emotional strain. 165. Shoulder tensing or hunching. Tensing the shoulders or hunching them forward can indicate tension, anxiety, or fear. It's a physical response to a perceived threat or discomfort. 166. Hand rubbing or stroking chin. Rubbing or stroking the chin can indicate contemplation, thoughtfulness, or decision-making. It's a nonverbal gesture that suggests deep introspection or analysis. 167. Leg bouncing or knee jiggling. Bouncing one leg or jiggling the knee can indicate nervousness, impatience, or agitation. It's a subconscious way of releasing excess energy or tension. 168. Hand on heart gesture. Placing a hand over the heart can indicate sincerity, honesty, or emotional connection. It's a nonverbal expression of genuine feelings or empathy. 169. Eye contact avoidance. Avoiding eye contact can indicate shyness, insecurity, or deception. It's a common nonverbal cue that may suggest discomfort or a lack of confidence. 170. Fist clenching with thumb inside. Clenching the fist with the thumb inside can indicate tension, anger, or aggression. It's a gesture often associated with readiness for confrontation or assertion of dominance. 171. Foot stomping or tapping. Stomping the foot or tapping it rapidly can indicate impatience, frustration, or agitation. It's a nonverbal expression of pent-up energy or annoyance. 172. Hand on hip pose with elbow out. Placing one hand on the hip with the elbow jutting out can indicate confidence, assertiveness, or readiness. It's a power pose that conveys authority and control. 173. Shoulder relaxation with deep exhale. Relaxing the shoulders while taking a deep exhale can indicate relief, relaxation, or stress reduction. It's a nonverbal sign of calming down or letting go of tension. 174. Leg cross with ankle lock and foot bouncing. Crossing the legs with one ankle locked over the other and bouncing the foot can indicate impatience, restlessness, or nervous energy. It's a self-soothing behavior that may also signify discomfort or agitation. 175. Nose sniffing or rubbing. Sniffing or rubbing the nose can indicate discomfort, uncertainty, or anxiety. It's a subconscious gesture that may occur in response to stress or nervousness. 176. Hand clasping behind back with interlocked fingers. Clasping the hands behind the back with fingers interlocked can indicate tension, frustration, or suppression of emotion. It's a self-restraining gesture that may signify a desire to maintain composure. 177. Leg swaying or rocking. Swaying or rocking the legs while seated can indicate boredom, impatience, or restlessness. It's a subconscious way of releasing excess energy or seeking stimulation. 178. Head tilt with chin up. Tilting the head back with the chin up can indicate confidence, pride, or defiance. It's a nonverbal display of self-assurance and assertiveness. 179. Hand tapping on surface with fingers spread. Tapping the fingers on a surface with fingers spread can indicate impatience, frustration, or anticipation. It's a rhythmic gesture that may accompany feelings of agitation or eagerness. 180. Leg crossing with ankle over knee. Crossing the legs with one ankle resting over the opposite knee can indicate relaxation, confidence, or openness. It's a nonverbal gesture that suggests comfort and ease in a situation. 181. Hand gesturing with palms upward. Gesturing with palms facing upward can indicate openness, honesty, or receptiveness. It's a nonverbal signal of trustworthiness and goodwill. 182. Shoulder shrugging with hands raised. Shrugging the shoulders while raising the hands can indicate uncertainty, helplessness, or resignation. It's a nonverbal expression of indifference or lack of control. 183. Foot dragging or shuffling. Dragging or shuffling the feet while walking can indicate fatigue, reluctance, or hesitation. It's a physical manifestation of emotional or mental exhaustion. 184. Hand rubbing or clasping. Rubbing the hands together or clasping them tightly can indicate nervousness, anxiety, or anticipation. It's a self-soothing behavior that helps to alleviate tension. 185. Foot tapping or fidgeting. Tapping the foot or fidgeting with it can indicate impatience, boredom, or nervous energy. It's a subconscious way of releasing pent-up energy or relieving stress. 186. Shoulder shrugging with eye contact. Shrugging the shoulders while maintaining eye contact can indicate indifference, uncertainty, or nonchalance. It's a gesture often used to downplay a situation or express ambivalence. 187. Leg cross with ankle lock and toe tapping. Crossing the legs with one ankle locked over the other and tapping the toes can indicate impatience, restlessness, or nervousness. It's a self-soothing behavior that may also signify discomfort or agitation. 188. Hand on hip pose with chin up. Placing one hand on the hip with the chin up can indicate confidence, assertiveness, or readiness. It's a power pose that conveys authority and control. 189. Nose rubbing or touching. Rubbing or touching the nose can indicate discomfort, uncertainty, or deception. It's a subtle gesture that may betray hidden emotions or thoughts. 190. Fist clenching with jaw tightening. Clenching the fists with tightening of the jaw can indicate anger, frustration, or aggression. It's a nonverbal expression of intense emotion or readiness for action. 191. Leg stretching or extending. Stretching out the legs or extending them forward can indicate relaxation, comfort, or confidence. It's a nonverbal display of ease and openness in a situation. 192. Hand-to-face gesture. Touching or covering the face with the hand can indicate embarrassment, nervousness, or contemplation. It's a self-protective gesture that helps to shield oneself from external stimuli. 193. Shoulder tensing or hunching. Tensing the shoulders or hunching them forward can indicate tension, anxiety, or fear. It's a physical response to a perceived threat or discomfort. 194. Foot dragging or sliding. Dragging or sliding the foot along the ground can indicate fatigue, reluctance, or hesitation. It's a physical manifestation of emotional or mental exhaustion. 195. Hand gesturing with palms downward. Gesturing with palms facing downward can indicate assertiveness, authority, or control. It's a nonverbal signal of dominance or command. 196. Leg bouncing or jiggling. Bouncing one leg or jiggling the knee can indicate nervousness, impatience, or agitation. It's a subconscious way of releasing excess energy or expressing discomfort. 197. Head nodding or shaking with closed eyes. Nodding or shaking the head with closed eyes can indicate agreement, disagreement, or contemplation. It's a nonverbal expression of consent or dissent. 198. Hand clasping behind back with finger tapping. Clasping the hands behind the back while tapping the fingers can indicate impatience, frustration, or anticipation. It's a self-stimulating behavior that may accompany feelings of agitation or eagerness. 199. Leg cross with ankle lock and foot swinging. Crossing the legs with one ankle locked over the other and swinging the foot can indicate boredom, impatience, or restlessness. It's a subconscious way of releasing pent-up energy or seeking stimulation. 200. Hand stroking or rubbing the chin. Stroking or rubbing the chin can indicate contemplation, deep thought, or decision-making. It's a nonverbal gesture that suggests introspection or analysis. 201. Shoulder tapping or patting. Tapping or patting the shoulders can indicate reassurance, encouragement, or camaraderie. It's a comforting gesture often used to convey support or solidarity. 202. Leg cross with foot jiggling. Crossing the legs with one foot jiggling up and down can indicate nervousness, anxiety, or impatience. It's a self-soothing behavior that may also signify discomfort or agitation. 203. Hand on chest gesture. Placing a hand on the chest can indicate sincerity, honesty, or emotional connection. It's a nonverbal expression of genuine feelings or empathy. 204. Nose wrinkling or scrunching. Wrinkling or scrunching the nose can indicate disgust, disdain, or aversion. It's a subconscious reaction to something unpleasant or offensive. 205. Fist pounding or clenching with forehead frowning. Pounding or clenching the fist with the forehead frowning can indicate frustration, anger, or determination. It's a nonverbal expression of intense emotion or resolve. 206. Leg crossing with ankle over knee and foot tapping. Crossing the legs with one ankle over the opposite knee and tapping the foot can indicate impatience, agitation, or nervous energy. It's a self-soothing behavior that may also signify discomfort or restlessness. 207. Hand covering mouth. Covering the mouth with the hand can indicate surprise, shock, or disbelief. It's a subconscious gesture used to conceal emotions or muffle reactions. 208. Shoulder slumping with sighing. Slumping the shoulders while sighing can indicate fatigue, resignation, or disappointment. It's a nonverbal expression of weariness or dejection. 209. Foot dragging or scraping. Dragging or scraping the foot along the ground can indicate reluctance, hesitation, or resistance. It's a physical manifestation of emotional or mental reluctance. 210. Hand tapping or drumming on surface with fingers spread. Tapping or drumming the fingers on a surface with fingers spread can indicate impatience, frustration, or anticipation. It's a rhythmic gesture often accompanied by feelings of agitation or eagerness. 211. Leg crossing with ankle over knee and foot wagging. Crossing the legs with one ankle over the opposite knee and wagging the foot can indicate excitement, anticipation, or nervousness. It's a self-stimulating behavior that may also signify anticipation or eagerness. 212. Head resting on hand with elbow on surface. Resting the head on the hand with the elbow on a surface can indicate boredom, disinterest, or fatigue. It's a nonverbal gesture that suggests relaxation or lack of engagement. 213. Hand pointing or gesturing with palms facing up. Pointing or gesturing with palms facing up can indicate open. 214. Hand to chest gesture with fingers pointing inward. Placing one hand on the chest with fingers pointing inward can indicate sincerity, honesty, or emotional vulnerability. It's a nonverbal expression of genuine feelings or intentions. 215. Leg cross with foot twisting or rotating. Crossing the legs with one foot twisting or rotating can indicate discomfort, unease, or internal conflict. It's a subconscious way of releasing tension or expressing inner turmoil. 216. Hand rubbing or massaging the neck. Rubbing or massaging the neck can indicate stress, tension, or discomfort. It's a self-soothing behavior that helps to alleviate physical or emotional strain. 217. Shoulder shifting or rolling with hand clenched in fist. Shifting or rolling the shoulders while clenching one hand in a fist can indicate frustration, anger, or agitation. It's a nonverbal expression of pent-up emotion or readiness for action. 218. Leg cross with toe tapping and knee bouncing. Crossing the legs with one foot tapping and knee bouncing can indicate extreme nervousness, anxiety, or anticipation. It's a combination of self-soothing behaviors often seen in highly stressful situations. 219. Hand-to-heart gesture with eyes closed. Placing one hand over the heart with eyes closed can indicate deep emotion, sincerity, or vulnerability. It's a nonverbal expression of heartfelt sentiments or intense feelings. 220. Leg stretching or extending with toes pointing upwards. Stretching out the legs with toes pointing upwards can indicate confidence, relaxation, or openness. It's a nonverbal display of ease and comfort in a situation. 221. Hand pressing or clutching the stomach. Pressing or clutching the stomach can indicate discomfort, nervousness, or anxiety. It's a subconscious gesture that may accompany feelings of unease or distress. 222. Shoulder slumping with hand covering mouth. Slumping the shoulders while covering the mouth with the hand can indicate sadness, embarrassment, or regret. It's a nonverbal expression of vulnerability or self-consciousness. 223. Leg cross with ankle over knee and foot circling. Crossing the legs with one ankle over the opposite knee and circling the foot can indicate agitation, impatience, or nervous energy. It's a self-soothing behavior often seen in situations of high stress or tension. 224. Hand rubbing or clasping the forehead. Rubbing or clasping the forehead can indicate frustration, stress, or fatigue. It's a nonverbal gesture that may accompany feelings of overwhelm or mental strain. 225. Leg cross with foot tucking under chair or body. Crossing the legs with one foot tucked under the chair or body can indicate discomfort, unease, or a desire to retreat. It's a protective gesture that may signify a need for security or privacy. 226. Hand gesturing with fingers stretched outwards. Gesturing with fingers stretched outwards can indicate openness, expansiveness, or enthusiasm. It's a nonverbal signal of confidence and eagerness to engage. 227. Shoulder shaking or trembling with eyes averted. Shaking or trembling of the shoulders while averting the eyes can indicate fear, anxiety, or submission. It's a nonverbal expression of vulnerability or apprehension. 228. Hand fanning or flapping. Fanning or flapping the hand in front of the face can indicate discomfort, agitation, or dismissal. It's a nonverbal gesture used to deflect attention or signal disinterest.